Shalom, giving all praise here. How about Shem Yahshua, Bashim, Ukakwada, Shalom to 144,000. The rest of you elect out there, Shalom to all. And I'll make this super quick. And I'm going to say this concerning you women out there that follow us. Just give us a shalom and keep it moving. Don't be asking no more fucking questions on our videos. All right, you want to answer the question? We cover every goddamn video, all right? Get a husband to have your husband ask, okay? I watched this. Lord, saw this comment, man. I wanted to punch a fucking screen off the table, man. No, do what the women do in the IUIC. Great video, brother. Shalom. All praises to the Most High. Don't be asking no fucking stupid ass fucking questions. The fuck is another nation gonna be delivered in a ship? When we get them concubine women, they're going to be scattered throughout the whole planet Earth. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom. So just give us a shalom and keep it moving. That's it.
Khan, Apostle. Giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the 144,000, as well as the rest of the elect. This is Brother Tazapah, here with this warning, all right, this admonishment, this rebuke, all right, if you will, from Apostle Tahar himself, all right? And I couldn't agree more, okay? And I've been vocal on this. I've spoken about this. We're building. The men of Israel are building. Okay, you women, as the apostle said, y'all can support us, or you don't have to support us. All right? And that support should look like everything the apostle said. Shalom, brothers, good video, and that's enough. You know? Like the apostle said, all praise, you could put Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Barakatham, and that's it. We don't need to hear anything else. We do not need to hear anything else. We are complete in Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. You women are only for nation building, all right? We are complete in Yahweh Shai, and this is what the truth is teaching us, all right, that we don't need you women, all right? Except for procreation, of course, procreation. But I'm saying us individually, standing in our truth, building this nation, we got this. Okay? Y'all been in the West so long, under this captivity so long, you think that you need it, and when you're not needed. But when and where you are needed, you're never there. You're never where you need to be, when you need to be there. But you always everywhere you ain't got no business being. All right? Now, the comment board, that's fine. You want to be on the comment board. The apostle gave the guidelines, all right? Since you don't adhere to scripture, because really the scripture gave us the guideline. And it's simple. And then the people, they can't grasp the simplest of concepts within the scripture, they want to tell you where you going off and how you wrong on this and how you're wrong on that. And in the meantime, we're building exactly how Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai told us to build. All right, there's only one way to build, and we're doing that. This is why 1 Corinthians 14:34 says, let your women keep silence in the churches. Main reason, the Most High is not dealing with women. They will get a vision or a dream, you know, to where a prophecy may be shown in the dream or the vision. And then with that, you're supposed to expound that unto your husband. And your husband will reveal your dream or vision. And you heard, as the apostle said, if you want to ask questions, get a husband, you know. Now, he didn't say it exactly like that, but right, you got to get a man, you know. And the man has to ask per these scriptures. 1 Corinthians 14:34, Let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, whether verbally or textually. You're not even allowed to speak on the comment board. All right. You can give pleasantries. That's fine. You know, that shows your support and your respect. That shows your reverence. But, you know, as far as asking questions, the apostle made it clear, and that's true. All right. I know for a fact, because when I came into the truth, we didn't have access to the apostles. All we had were the videos. Now, the access came later, you know, to the apostles around, you know, 09 and heavy in 010, you know, the Dallas brothers, the elders in Dallas was getting the discourse from the elders, and then they would share it with us, you know. Which I first came out, I was going to Dallas, you know, getting built up in Dallas. You know, so yeah, I felt it wasn't my place, and it wasn't to be trying to call the apostles and question the apostles. So I just waited on the Spirit. And see, this is how you could tell a spiritual person. They'll wait on the Spirit. You know, you pray on it. If it's really heavy to you, you fast. And then you wait. And that's how it works. I did that my first year in the truth. All my questions got answered. Every question I had, bam. Because we didn't have a plethora of videos to choose from. I'm talking about when the apostles first hit YouTube scene. It wasn't no plethora of videos. I couldn't just pick a topic and I'm going to go into the Gentiles today and then go pull up endless videos on the Gentiles. I had to just wait. You know? And if it was really pressing, you know, I'd ask the Lord in a little prayer, you know, just a little prayer to ask the Lord, well, Lord, what does this mean? You know, by Shem Yahushua, if you could give me that understanding, the very next week, the apostles would go into that topic. And I learned early on to trust in the Spirit like that. You know? And so then, from then on, any question I had, I learned, you know, I got to do the digging or wait till the Spirit show me, you know. Now, I know it's good to have apostles to call on. And I'm not saying not to, well, for you women, no, but for the brothers listening, you know, I don't want y'all to get confused and think you can't, you know, ask questions. But I'm just saying, you know, you've been in this a number of years. Ask the Spirit first. You know, then you may have to go to a brother, you may not. But, you know, for you women, you know, if it's something that important to you, it'll get answered, trust me. And y'all have a plethora of videos, actually, to go in and do the research. It's out there. I trust you. You haven't formulated a question in your head that hasn't already been answered in an e-epistle. From all the various, you got thousands of brothers in Great Millstone, each with thousands of videos, so that's 1 million videos right there, at least. All right? Now, I had 1,000 videos get deleted off of YouTube, just from the past. You know, and so the info is out there. All right? So this is why it says, let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also said the law. See, y'all got to be in obedience. Okay? And there ain't no two ways about that. And it says, verse 35, and if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home. This is why the apostle said, you want to ask questions, go get you a man. All right? And so you could ask him. Because nowadays, everybody, the expert on the scripture, just go get you a man and ask him. Because let everybody tell it, we don't know what we're talking about. Now, this ain't to you sisters who believe. But, if you truly believe, then just wait. Your salvation ain't going to come from your knowledge of the Bible. But yes, you should live a chaste life. But a lot of the stuff that y'all ask is not pertaining to your salvation. All right? It's irrelevant to your salvation. About a concubine. What the fuck does a concubine have to do with your salvation as a Hebrew Israelite woman? There will be no Hebrew Israelite concubines. So why are you worried about a concubine? If that's what you're worried about. But see, that's an Israelite woman in the West. She always clocking a man's dick. They more concerned about your dick than you are. Worrying about what you doing with your dick. And meanwhile, they ain't got no pussy discipline. And I'm going to say it like that. Y'all ain't got no pussy discipline, but want to worry about a man, concubine with it. You don't worry about that. And if you on the comment asking silly questions, you should be more worried about, maybe you should be seeking a man. Jacob's trouble is coming. But that's a woman, fickle in her nature. We're not going to get into that. This is just, just some words to go with Apostle Tahar's lesson, because I've been on the same tear with these women, We must establish law and order. This is the kingdom that we're building. We're building a kingdom founded on truth, law, and order. All right? And it starts here on this side. We must establish it. So that's it. Hands down, law and order will be established with this truth. All right? And if you don't like it, get to walking. You don't even need no papers. You don't need no walking papers. Just get to walking, Just unsubscribe from any great millstone that you subscribe to and go elsewhere. Or you can live up to the legacy of being a Hebrew Israelite woman and get in obedience. To the next one, Shalom.